Potentially.
And this is what it is. LeBron James is the same thing. When he's not happy, what does he do? He blames the team that's around him. Who's the orchestrator of these teams? LeBron James. So you can't want to orchestrate the team and then blame Kevin Love is old. I got to move on. The Cavs aren't getting me help. You understand what I'm saying? So when I look at this, I don't put everything on him. Well, go ahead. What's the no?
Well, right. So you say yes. LeBron puts together these teams. And then when the teams start to work, maybe LeBron says it's time for me to move on, right? But when LeBron is there, the teams are willing to put together these teams around him because they realize LeBron's one of the best players in basketball right now. And arguably, you can make the argument LeBron's been the best player in basketball literally for the last 10 to 15 years. You can legit make that argument. You can have some years in there in between where you can say, okay, maybe it was KD this year, maybe it was James Harden another year, maybe it was somebody else another year, but there's always an argument that LeBron James could be the best player in the NBA for literally the last 15 years. And I don't think that's an exaggeration at all. So when he comes to your team, you realize, okay, we have a top 3 player. We're going to do everything we can to try to win a championship. And what did the Cavs do? They won a championship. Did they have to maybe make some sacrifice plays and stuff like that? Did they have maybe a year or two down when he left? Yeah, sure. Okay, but you know what they also got? They got a championship. Kyrie has a championship. Kevin Love has a championship. The city of Cleveland now has a sports title. And then look, oh, wow, a couple years later, we drafted well. And now look, we're the 4th, 5th team in the East right now. We have a very solid young core, bright future. So no, did he ruin that franchise? No. Everybody's talking about the Lakers. Oh, they traded away their future. They traded away Kuz. They traded away Ingram. They traded away Lonzo. They traded away Brandon Hart. They traded away all these draft picks. Oh, but what do you guys have? You have a 2020 championship. Oh, wow, look at that. You guys have Lakers have another championship. The city of Los Angeles has another championship. So, yes, is it looking bad now? Maybe they'll have a bad future in a couple years, but they have a championship. The Miami Heat. Oh, wow. Everyone blamed him for leaving them when he going back to Cleveland. What does Miami have? 2 more championships. And look, Miami never even really tanked. They might have had a down year or two, but if Chris Paul never had no heart problems, they probably would have been good the whole time they were there. And now look, Miami Heat, the best team in the Eastern Conference with the best record and actual title contenders, if you ask me. So the thought that LeBron James comes in and ruins his franchises makes absolutely no sense to me because all I just announced was 3 different teams he gave a championship to.
Hey, 3 different teams that when he leaves was bad, and it took them time to get back up. You making it seem like the minute he left, everything was good. Cleveland took time.
I just said Cleveland was down for a couple years.
Okay, well, down for a couple of years. They're there. Do you think Cleveland's going to be a contender? And the same thing's going to happen to L.A. The same thing. Look how long he's been gone from Miami, Hawk. Miami made it to the bubble championship. Do we really consider that a championship?
Yes, we do. Thank you for bringing this up. I'm sick of everybody saying the bubble isn't a championship. All these teams were under the same circumstances. Everybody was under the same circumstances in the bubble. Everybody was shut down for months because of COVID. Everybody was stuck in Orlando. Everybody couldn't see their families. Everybody had the same situation. So, yes, when you just play the players who are in front of you, I say it all the time. I say this at least weekly. You play the players who are in front of you. So if the players who are in front of me are all in the same bubble that I am, all can't see our wives like I can't, all can't see our kids like I can't, all can't have our $1 million mansions like I can't, we're all in the same spaces, then yes, I'm playing the players who are in front of me. And if I happen to win in the situation where I'm playing the players in front of me, that's what happens. I just won.
So you really think to tell me no COVID? You see Miami getting to the East? You see them getting to the NBA Finals?
I'm telling you,
no COVID.
Life happened, and you play the players who are in front of you. That's what I'm telling you.
And life happened. He just conditioned his players like, look, we can
life
get a championship.
Happened,
we can
and you play the players who are in front of you. That's what I believe.
Go out the way.
That's what I believe. Life happened. You play the players who are in front of you.
He got 4. I'm gonna give it to him because I had to give it to Tim Duncan because he got 5, and his was a shortened season too. Okay. Nobody takes away his 5. So
exactly. Nobody takes away his 5, and he played in a lockout year as well.
It was a bubble championship.
Exactly.
It was a lockout year, yes. But that was a bubble championship in Florida. I don't know. It is what it is. He got his 4. It's a part of his thing. He wanted the first player to win in three different cities. But the teams are built to him. They go down, and they come back up eventually, but they're never at the level that they probably could have been if you would have kept them together. That's my point about it. Hey, what's he going to do now? We'll see. I think the Lakers are going to trade him. I think if they're smart enough, they will and try to get some draft capital for him because he is a blockbuster person, right? He's going to go out there and the one thing you know, the stadium is going to sell out. It's like Jordan with the Wizards. People are going to come and see him. You know what I'm saying? Because he's still a top. He's a top 2 or top 3 player. All right? He's LeBron James. He still carries that stuff like you stated. However, I think the time in LA is done. They're not going to be able to get nobody. He's going to want to go. Where does he go from here? I don't know. But I think it's a little bit far-fetched to just, you take these times off, you come back, you drop your 50, you take time. Oh, these people is old. Anthony Davis is not stepping up. This is LeBron James. This is his history, right? Kevin Love was crap. Oh, Chris Bosh and D-Wade. D-Wade was getting old, so I don't want to run it back in Miami. I want to go get it for Cleveland. Kyrie's doing good. The credit goes to him. A lot of people don't give Kyrie that credit like he should get for being on those big three. Did a lot on that team.
They do give Kyrie his credit. You know why they give Kyrie his credit? Because everyone says LeBron wouldn't even have that chip without Kyrie because Kyrie hit that shot. That's how I know everyone gives Kyrie his credit, because they give him credit to discredit LeBron James. So Kyrie does get credit because they give him credit to not give LeBron credit instead of giving both players credit. Because I agree, both players were equally influential in that series, especially in that final series. Kyrie was dropping 40.
He don't hit.
Jason got me all riled up talking about LeBron James at the beginning of the show. And the funny part is, I'm going to tell y'all right now, I'm going to clip that. And y'all going to see that clip in a day or two. And a lot of people, I think that I think LeBron James is my GOAT. He's not. My GOAT is still Michael Jordan. But I do think LeBron James gets a lot of unwarranted and unnecessary hate in the NBA community. And I honestly don't understand it. Because if you ask me, he's the second best player of all time. And if you have him as your GOAT, I'm not going to argue you down because I see the argument for it. I really, really do. Let's look at these comments real quick.